And we are off. Hello, everybody. Let me know how the audio is before I continue on this show. Got a lot of news to get through, so I'm not going to be looking much at chat. So if you ask me a question in chat and I don't respond, I apologise. It's because I'm going to be focusing on these news stories, and there's a lot of them, so I don't think I'm going to get through them all. It's been a bit of a crazy week, as you know, so I'm going to be doing this regularly now, every Sunday. Most Sundays, obviously, unless anything happens and I can't, but I'm going to, try and get it done every Sunday. So hello, everybody. Welcome in. I'll say hello to the first few. We got Lee here. We got Freezy Peach. I love you, darling. We got Tamsin and Brum Vixen and my YouTube husband, Alan Edge. So thank you for joining the membership. It's 99p. It all helps towards the streaming costs and everything else. So I just want to say a big thank you to our members. If you want to join it, you can. And it's 99p. Okay, right. There's so much going on at the moment. So I think we're going to have to start with the breaking news that finally Sir Tim Davies has resigned from the BBC. Now, I don't know how many of you follow the BBC and what's going on there. Now, he's the Director General and he's been in that post now, for I don't know, about 8-9 years maybe. And he was actually a Conservative. I think he was a councillor. And he was seen as the one that was going to sort of save the BBC from all the left-wing bias that was already happening. This isn't a new thing that the BBC are very, very left-wing and very, very biased. This has been going on for decades, and it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. So this isn't a new thing. Now, I'll just get this story at one tick. Hold on. Be a sec. Why is that doing that? Can't get staff, honestly. This laptop had a bit of a fit the other day and it had a bit of a meltdown. So just bear with me. I've just got to open up some new tabs. Just doing it now. It wouldn't work. I thought it was gone. I thought, oh my God. Again, at 3 or 4 years I've had this. Anyway, so Sir Tim Davies has gone. Now, when he got into that position, he was seen, like I say, as a right winger who was going to sort the BBC out, which didn't happen. He just got worse and worse and worse. Anyway, he's gone, as well as the news CEO. But I think it goes a lot further than that. And I personally think that the BBC needs a complete change, as in, let me just get this story up. Hello, Jenna. Welcoming everybody. I don't know how we're going to do it, but we need to try and get the people over that are coming into the shorts and onto my community tab into the live streams. How, I don't know, but let's just wait and see if they'll come over. Let me know if you got a notification, by the way. Let's see if notifications are going out on this channel. Hi, Freeside. How you doing, my friend? Good to see you, my new channel. So the Director General, Tim Davies, on the right there, obviously is a man, but then in this world, who knows? And then we've got the CEO there, Deborah Turnus. They've both gone literally in the last hour or two. Now, I'm using the website on the BBC purely because there's no ads. Now, this isn't just like, this has been ongoing. We've had the Trump clip that we've seen. I'm sure you've all seen it many, many times, that it was edited. They put out a clip where there was Trump, what he said, and then Trump, what they wanted him to say. And they just spliced it all together. Is Daddy back? They spliced it all together to make it look like he was saying something at that point. Now, the clip is on my channel. I'm not going to get it up now, but it is there. I'll thank you, everybody. Got a notification. Good. That's good to hear. So you've got the trans agenda that was released last week. There's a massive dossier. There's loads of stuff coming out. And this guy who made this dossier, he actually went to the BBC management and said, I have found all of these things that they're pushing the trans agenda. They're not letting people debate the other side. They were pushing Hamas. They were pushing propaganda, showing dead bodies, saying that Israel had bombed them when actually Hamas had killed them themselves. This huge dossier, and this clip of President Trump was actually in there as well. And they wouldn't listen. So he had no choice other than to start leaking it to the Daily Telegraph. Hello, Sing Blue Silver. So let's have a look now. Then that, I think the BBC think that this will be it now. He'll go. Hi, Ginger Ali. He'll go and that'll be it. I think it needs complete top-down sorting out. I think this is just the beginning, in my opinion. But let's just read what he says. And he's only gone because he's had no choice. He should have gone a long time ago. So he says, I wanted to let you know I've decided to leave the BBC after 20 years. No way he's been in there 20 years. No way. Maybe he wasn't Director General for 20 years. Doesn't feel that long anyway. This is entirely my decision. So he's saying he hasn't been sacked. So he wants to keep his, basically he wants to keep his pension, obviously. Very thankful to the chair and the board for their unswerving and unanimous support throughout my entire tenure, including during recent days. I am working through exact timings with the board to allow for an orderly transition to a successor. I've been reflecting on the very intense and personal and professional demands of managing this role over the many years in these febrile times, combined with the fact that I want to give a successor time to help shape the charter plans they will be delivering in these increasingly polarised times. So basically saying that it's basically everybody else's fault because now that everyone's online, everything's polarised and everyone's under scrutiny, basically, is what he's saying. So if it wasn't for the way the world is now, 20 years ago, this would not have made the news. Because of social media, it's made the news. This sort of stuff has been going on for decades. People seem to think that it's just suddenly new that the BBC are this far left. They were like this in the 90s. It just didn't get reported. Goes on, the BBC is not perfect. We must always be open, transparent and accountable, while not being the only reason the current debate around BBC News has understandably contributed to my decision. Overall, the BBC is delivering well, which I call bullshit, and there have been some mistakes made. And as Director General, I have to take ultimate responsibility. So he's gone. The CEO's gone as well, who was in charge of the news, who was, it all happened under her watch. But like I say before, where's the leader, or whatever you want to call it, of Panorama? Who's the person who was in charge of Panorama? Where are they? We don't know. They don't talk about that. The BBC is not fit for purpose. Now, around the world, it's seen as this amazing institution, this public broadcaster, just like the NHS used to be seen as this amazing health service, a world-class health service. Neither are now fit for purpose. I think the BBC should become a completely you should be able to opt in if you want to watch it, if you like EastEnders or whatnot. You can pay a subscription. If you don't want to watch it, you shouldn't have to. For those of you who aren't in the UK, it's not only the BBC. If you watch any live television, anything that's streaming live, you have to pay the license fee, and it has just gone up last week to £180 a year. You can go to prison if you don't pay. It is absolutely shocking. Well, he's gone. I do genuinely believe, in my opinion, that this isn't the end of it. I think the whole thing needs to go, and I think they're going to try and sweep this under the carpet. In my opinion, just going through some of the comments in the chat. If you're watching and you're a little bit shy, it's madness. Yeah, it is, Jenna. It's absolutely nuts. Feel free to say hello. We're very welcome in here. We humble ones wouldn't know half of what's going on without the internet. I agree 100%. So that is breaking news. Right, let me just go in and see what else is going on. There's been a lot of crazy stuff happening. Honestly, I just don't know where to start. I was going to lead with with a story that no one seems to be talking about. So it's quite a complex one. So I'm going to give it a go. Now, this I'm going to get people going, oh, you're a Jewish shill. I'm not a Jewish shill, as many of you know, I'm a Christian. But I'm going to use the Jewish news website purely because it explains this in a more easier, palpable way. But I then am going to show you that this is actually real news, not fake news. It's on the government website. Just have a look at this. This happened in early October, and I haven't seen one person talking about this story. And I actually put it on my Twitter page, and it got no traction whatsoever. And I want to know why this has gone under the radar. But what a surprise! It's about the charity watchdog is actually launched an investigation into it's a long one, Islamic Human Rights Commission Trust. Now, this is a charity, and it's a registered charity. And as you know, registered charities have to follow certain rules. They can't fund certain things that obviously are businesses and make money and so on and so on. Now, this commission, and I'm going to show you the government website in a minute, but this just cuts it down a bit better, has looked into allegations around the charity funding of a non-charitable company. So this is an Islamic charity, and an event where inflammatory statements were allegedly made. So this is an Islamic charity using the money that it has been given to fund basic propaganda. Now, we knew this anyway. We knew this, but now we've got it in black and white and the government are involved. It goes on, in a statement, the Commission confirmed that it is escalating its engagement with the organisation, which is widely known for its involvement with the annual Quds Day rallies in support of Palestinian rights and London elsewhere. The regulator said it had received complaints about the charity's funding of an event where inflammatory statements were allegedly made. The inquiry will determine whether supporting this event aligned with the charity's objections. So I'm going to, in a moment, like I say, I'm going to show the government website, but this is just a quick rundown of what's been going on. No one's covering this, and I don't know why. Now, this has been going on since May, but this isn't the first time that they've been in trouble over this, over funding non-charity events. Hi, Timmy's Pipcoat. Now, can you imagine, right? Can you imagine if this was a Christian charity, or let's just say a veteran charity, and they were caught out funding Tommy Robinson rallies, just giving you an example. This would be all over the news. But because it's a Muslim charity, nobody's talking about it, and it's been buried really deep down. So the Charity Commission actually got their responses in early October. It's been going on since May. They've been investigating, and they've now taken it a lot further and they've accelerated it. Now, the regulator decided to open a statutory inquiry, which is basically the laws involved. Of course, it's 2T, a big up Timmy's Pipcoat. Now, the inquiry will examine the trustees' administration, management and governance of the charity. Now, I think this is one for me to go down a rabbit hole, which is what I'm planning on doing. I'm going to go down a rabbit hole and I'm going to find out. I'm not going to do it now because it's a new show. I'm going to find out who are the trustees of this charity, who's involved, how deep does it go. Now, they had a warning already. So he says here, previously, the regulator issued an official warning to the charity on the 28th of March 2023. Partly regarding how it managed its relationship with the non-charitable company. Now, it's escalated it to an inquiry, reflects the seriousness of the Commission's concerns. The annual anti-Israel Al-Quds Day marches in central London have become notorious for a series of incidents in the past, including the widespread use of Hezbollah flags prior to the group's proscription. The annual event was initiated by the Islamic Republic of Iran in 1979 to express support for the Palestinians and oppose Zionism and Israel. Now, whichever side of the coin you're on, whether you support Gaza, whether you don't support Gaza, is irrelevant here. This is wrong. And I can tell you now that if this was any other charity, this would be all over the news. But because it's an Islamic charity, no one's talking about it. And just because people will say, oh, look, she's just showing fake news, right? This is the official government website here, okay? And I didn't use this first because it's a lot more, not very reader friendly. It's quite, goes into a lot of detail. The links, everything I'm talking about tonight, the links are going into the live chat. So if you watch on the replay, we've got the replay crew, then please wait for the live chat to process. It can take a while, and you can get all the links in there from what we've been talking about tonight. So there you go. Here it is. Press release. Charity investigated over funding of non-charitable company. This was originally published on the 28th of November 2025 on the Gov website. This is a government website. It's all here. All right. This is what they're actually doing. They're going to look into all of these things. Right now, the thing is with these Islamists, right? I'm not going to lie. They think they're above the law. They genuinely don't believe that they have to follow the same law as us. So they think, well, we can do what we want. We're a charity. We're going to get all the, we don't have to. We don't have to pay all the taxes because we're a charity, but we're still going to fund all these marches and whatever we want to do. And they think they can get away with it. So thank God there's people who are actually holding these people to account. I'm going to keep an eye on this one, and I'm going to find out who's in charge. I think that's needed. I don't know about you guys, but I believe that this is needed. Right, I'm going to show you a clip now. This is another story. I'm just going to pause that a sec. This is another news story that's quite interesting. Again, I think this was today. Somebody has mysteriously died. They do want Sharia, and it's absolutely disgusting. I know. I did clip that and put it on. Islam go home, want my country back. Sorry, they are. And it's not about skin colour, because there are many Christians in this country who aren't white. And we're not telling them to go home. And I'm not necessarily telling anyone to go home. I'm asking you, if you come to this country, you respect this country. Just like if we go to their country, we have to respect their country. It's just the way it is when in Rome and all that. We go to an Islamic country, women have to cover up. You can't walk around in your bikini on the beach. So why is it okay for them to do the same to us? It makes no sense. Anyway, hi Linda, how you doing? Please hit the like, guys. It helps. I'm trying to grow the channel. We're nearly at 10,000 subs. Thank you so much. The shorts have helped immensely. We've hit 5.5 million views on one of my shorts, and the channel's exploded because of that. Also, Paz shared me out, so big up to Paz for helping me out. I hope Paz is okay. I need to catch up with him actually. So the government just vindicate them in exactly. But the thing is here, this is the Charity Commission. So this isn't something that the government can just wipe over now. They had a warning in May 2 years ago. This is further now. So let's just wait and see. I'm going to keep an eye on this in the background, like I say, and I'm going to keep an eye. I'm going to keep an eye. I want to know who's on the board of that. This is going to be a rabbit hole for me to get my teeth into. Thank you, Jenna Love. Hang on, just hang on a sec, because missed you now. Right, okay. Now, this story here, we're going to watch this clip, and then I'm going to read the actual story out to you. Someone's died on a cruise ship. This is quite a mysterious one, and this might be one for the curious bunny. So let's just watch this clip first, and then it's only a short one, and then I'm going to read the actual story. But apparently this cruise ship has come in. It started off in Florida, and then it docked in it started in Florida, it went to Miami. It's come back with someone dead on board, and the FBI are involved, and they won't give any details. This looks like something straight out of a Poirot. I can't say it, but and you know what I mean. Novel. or an Agatha Christie. Watch this.
The FBI is in South Florida this weekend investigating the death of a passenger aboard one of Carnival's cruise ships this week. Officials say a guest died aboard the Carnival Horizon that returned to Miami Saturday morning. We'll keep you updated as we press officials for more information.
My mistake, it returned to Miami.
On the situation. Stay with us on air and online. We'll bring you any updates as soon as they become available.
Right, so that's just a little short news story, but I'm just going to read to you. I'm just going to pop the link in for that as well. Everything I talk about, I think it's only right that anyone who's covering these sort of stories should be being completely transparent and linking all the sources. I don't know about you guys, but I don't know if anybody actually pays notice to this, but it's something that I've always tried to do and I will always try to do. So there's the link there. Now the story, it's I'm going to read it to you now. This has just come in like not long ago at all. So there's still not that much information out on it yet. Let me just get this up. They won't even say what they died of. They won't say if they believe it's murder or anything. They're acting really, really coy. It's like, I think someone's been bumped off on a cruise ship. Right, let me just get this up. Intriguing. Maybe it's one for the Curious Bunny, guys. Another one. So FBI investigating dead body found on ship. This was today. This happened today. Oh, there's another video here. Right. Graphic video. So guys, warning here. You might want to look away, folks. Oh man. Can't see anything. It's just the you know, God, it's really loud, that, isn't it? Right, so let's get the full story here. Now, the FBI is probing the death of a passenger aboard a Carnival cruise line, according to authorities in Florida. Let's just make this a bit bigger for you. Let me know in the live chat. Has anybody heard of this? Because I hadn't heard of this. Yeah, something's going on here. Now, the only reason why people know, I think, is because there's people on the ground that have reported it. But this seems like something really dodgy is going on. Don't know about you. It could be a you know, it could be a high profile person. It could have been a hit. Could have been anything. So the FBI are involved, which I find a bit strange. If this was just like somebody having a heart attack, it would be the local police force. It wouldn't be the FBI. Now, a rep for Carnival Cruise Line says the company executives are working with FBI Miami agents to investigate the death of a guest who was travelling on a Carnival Horizon ship. The spokesperson also said the ship sailed back to Port Miami as scheduled on Saturday morning, but he wouldn't provide further details. Videos posted to X show investigators wheeling a person in a body bag on a gurney into the back of a van from the Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner's Office parked at a dock next to the cruise ship. Investigators have not yet released the name of the deceased or a cause of death. I think I genuinely think there's something really going on here, and I think this is another one we need to keep an eye on, because the fact the FBI are involved, I'm thinking this might be a high-profile person. Watch this space. Yeah, it's only just come out today, but they haven't named them though, Linda, and they haven't said how they died or why the FBI are involved, which I thought was a bit interesting. Anywho, you may have seen the clip that I've just put on my channel as well. I'm going to show the clip in a moment, but we're going to get the story up first. I think this was today or yesterday, but I think it was today. We've had somebody, and they haven't said who, and they haven't said the colour of their skin, which to me usually means, If it was white person, they're usually all over it. Let's just say that, which I think is just ridiculous. It shouldn't matter on colour. But for some reason, the media seem obsessed with it. So there you go. Now, some idiot has stolen a bulldozer. You may have seen the clip. I've just put it out on my on this channel. Someone's stolen a bulldozer and driven it down the street in Wolverhampton. So I'm going to show it. I'm going to show you the clip in a sec, but let's just get the story. I shouldn't laugh because someone could have been seriously hurt. But this is absolutely bonkers. Apparently they've been charged with drunk driving. They've actually destroyed a Royal Mail van. I think this was today. Let's just get the story up first, and then I'll show you the full video. So this is Wolverhampton. Shocking moment, a stolen 24-ton bulldozer ploughs through a Royal Mail lorry as drink driver 41 is arrested. So I've got a clip. I'll show you the full clip in a minute. Now, apparently this was allegedly stolen. I think we can all guess that it's you've seen it, Tamsin, have you? I haven't heard about this, says Jenna. Are you talking about the body? Now, this footage was taken, shows a huge lorry parked at the side of the road moments before the crash. So again, this was in Wolvo. It happened last night. The video shows the lorry being rammed out the way. So I don't know whether the full video's on here. I have got the full video on my channel. Let's just see what they've got, and it's absolute madness. What is wrong with people? Let's see if we've got the full video. I think it is.
He's going through the bush. Has he gone through the bushes?
Right, start this again. Right. So this starts recording as this Royal Mail lorry is, I don't know whether it was trying to turn. I don't know why it was there. It was trying to turn down this road by the looks of it, and there was this bulldozer coming up the other way. And just bear with me. I've had somebody ask me how to join the membership. Right, hang on. Let me just pop the link in. If you want to join, we've had a new member as well. Thank you very much, Isabel, if you're watching. Thank you to our new member. Once we get to about 15 members, I'll do a little live stream for us, and I need to do one on Penny Bunny as well. If you're wondering where the Curious Bunny membership's gone, I've turned them off, okay, because I can't really have them on 3 channels, because I can't cope with doing like 3 different things. You know, I could have them on. They're all different channels in their own right, but I've taken the decision to turn them off. Right, okay, so there's the, there it is, there's the link if you want to join the membership. Hi Steve, how you doing? It's 99p. Right, so so let's watch this video. This is absolutely insane. Here you go.
Bush. Has he gone through the bushes? Of course he is.
Of course he is.
Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes.
Here he comes, here he comes. In crummy accent. Amethyst, they're available on Penny Bunny at $2.99, or I've put them on here at 99p for now. I might add more levels, I don't know yet, but I need to sort it all out. I don't know, but yeah, they're there. This channel's got memberships now and super chats, but it's not monetized for ads or anything like that. This is Wolverhampton, guys, and I love the accent. I feel like I'm going, even though I'm not from Wolvo, you know, it's very similar to back in Brum. Oh, this is the cook swearing out on this.
This bulldozer is giving me more money.
So start this again. So I talked over. I'm going to shut up.
Through the bush. Has he gone through the bushes? Of course he is. Oh, he's moving the wagon. Look, he's moving the wagon. Here he comes, here he comes. Look! Yo, he stole this bulldozer. He's giving me more money. What's the cars? The cars! Oh, the cars! The cars, move!
Straight for a red light. My clip's a little bit longer than that, to be fair. Why is it doing this? Sorry about that. I don't know why it's just done that. No idea. But yeah, the full videos on my channel, it's a little bit longer than that. It's madness, isn't it? Let me just get the actual story up and I'll give you an update on the driver. Just bear with me. I started playing something else for some reason. Absolutely bonkers. Oh, right. Okay. I'm getting a bit more story now. Right. Apparently, the police had the Royal Mail truck. The police. They tried to use it to stop him. Okay. I'm getting a little bit more information coming through now as I speak. Okay. I'm having to use the sun. How you doing, Steve? I'm just using whatever I can, really. But the ads really pissed me off. Now, wrecking machine moment that this happened. So, okay, let's read the story. So a member of the public could be heard shouting, "A stolen bulldozer!" The accent, the fucking accent, yeah. A 41-year-old man has been arrested. Moments later, members of the public could be heard shouting, "A stolen bulldozer's approaching. He's coming, he's coming." Videos show the lorry being rammed out of the way. It was AI that sent me this story, by the way. It's a big up AI because I wouldn't have seen this in time for the stream. Now, Charlene Harris, who filmed it, that's the I'm all right in Volvo, who's filming, had been in the Merry Boys Inn pub moments earlier when a crowd rushed outside to see the commotion. When we came out, it looked like the police was stopping the Royal Mail van, but then we realised that a couple was driving it. I'm going to do it in this accent. Sorry, I can't help it. I've got to. So she says, when we came out, it looked like the police were stopping the Royal Mail van, but then we realised a couple was driving it. It was being used to block the road. The police were shouting at everyone to keep away, and then we got a word that the bulldozer was coming down from Willenhall. The bulldozer got through the lorry easily. We couldn't believe what was going on. The amount of police trying to stop it was unbelievable. How's that? West Midlands Police received calls from the public shortly before 6 p.m. and rushed to stop the earth mover as it damaged road surfaces and street furniture. So the police got into a Royal Mail lorry, it was an articulated lorry, it was huge, and tried to stop it. And even that didn't work. I can't imagine the Royal Mail being very happy that they've given the police their lorry and it got destroyed. Who's put that there? Who are you and what have you done with Penny? You know what, right? People think that I sound really brummy, as I'm talking now. Like in Yorkshire, I've been up here for how many years now? They think I sound really brummy. When I go home, I sound like I'm from Yorkshire. I actually don't sound like a proper brummy. Now that's a proper brummy what I've just done there. I was talking to some fella from Coventry. I've missed it. Coventry's quite mild, actually. We've got someone who's just said they're from West Brom. As a baggy from I keep forgetting you're from West Brom. I bulldoze Wolverhampton too. Postman Pig. You guys crack me up. Keep the comments coming, guys. Keep them coming. We want to keep Penny. They want to keep us. Who are you and what have you done with Penny? Yeah, so I couldn't resist. I had to read it in there. Apparently, it finally came to a stop in Willenhall at 8:15, 2 hours and 15 minutes. This thing was on the rampage for, right? A man, age 41, we don't know who it was, where he was from or whatever, was arrested on suspicion of drink driving, right? I've got dual nationality. Was arrested on suspicion of drink driving, dangerous driving, threat to damage or destroy. I'd say more than a threat. Theft, failure to stop, taking a conveyance, not a motor vehicle, without consent, and using threatening, abusive, or insulting words and behaviour to cause harassment. Wow, they've really thrown the book at this dude. He remains in custody. The Royal Mail has been approached for comment, but they haven't replied. So our friend there was just coming out the merry ball. I don't know Wolvo that well. Honestly, I don't know Wolvo. I'm not going to lie. I'm from North Brum. but I don't know Wolvo. So yeah, thank you to AI for sending me that story. Yeah, I've got dual nationality, and because my child was born in Yorkshire, then they have to keep me. They have to allow me in Yorkshire, you see. But apparently, I can't go back to Brumno, Timmy's Pitcoat, because they'll get me. Sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Can't help it. Right, what else have we got going on? It's been a bit of a crazy week with the news, but yeah, this one's intriguing me. This Miami cruise, you know, my spidey senses are going a little bit crazy, and I think there's more to it. Now, what did AI sent me something as well? Let me just see if I can find it. Sent me another one. Something else happened that hasn't been on the news. Let me just see if I can find it. Hold on. Did you send me 2 links? Apparently, he sent me 2 links. Are they both the same thing? What was the other one? The bulldozer one? Oh, right. Okay, I'll look at that after. Right, AI's just... he helped me because, you see, I had to go and walk George, which was why I was a little bit late. So I says, I need a couple more stories. So he did help me in the end. Oh, nah, man. I'm done. Done. You don't know half of it, I don't think. Check out my other channel, Timmy's Pipcoat. I'll pop the link in. Let me just pop the link in for Timmy's Pipcoat. 1 tick. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that on here anyway. It's my fault that I brought it up. But I just want to show this to Timmy's Pipcoat. Give me a sec. After the live stream. Don't leave me now. If you leave me now. Yeah, don't leave me now, Timmy's Pipcoat, because I think you're sound, and I think you're really good. You're very good at valuing the right. I need to do myself a spanner. Hold on. Yeah, I'm not going to bore you with that. I needed to do this anyway. Just bear with me. I want to wrench my other account. Just bear with me a sec. I just want to wrench that account. Oh, Amethyst. Oh, thank you, darling. Right, there we go. Yeah. It is very sad news, but Timmy's Pipcoat, after, check out that video if you haven't seen it already. What about the fireworks in Brum? I don't know anything about that. Right, I haven't got any ads on this channel, Lee. So if there's any ads coming on it, it's got nothing to do with me. Hi, Stephen. How you doing? Big up Amethyst as well. Thank you, darling. Appreciate that. I know you were a member on the other channel. So Al sent me this one. How did Rabbit get in here? That's me. That's me on my other channel. I only use that now and again if I have to address anything that I don't want to, you know, that isn't relevant to my other channels. I try to keep all my channels on topic, guys. I do my best. Right. Now, I don't know much about this, but Al's just sent me this, right? Listen to this. Thank you, Amethyst. It's a 99p, but I know not everyone's got the money. But I tried to keep it as low as possible. But thank you, darling. Honestly, I really appreciate you. Thank you, sweetheart. You've always been really kind. Right, okay, so Al sent me this, and I haven't even looked at it properly yet. But apparently, a member of Parliament... Oh, because I'm fast. I've got my laptop on here, and I've got my phone here. So I just had to just flick accounts. There you go. I'm streaming on my laptop, and I've got my phone in my hand. There you go. I can do 2 things at once, and I can talk to you, and I can show you articles. It's called multitasking, Jenna Love. Come on, we know this. I meant on my homepage. Oh, right, Lee. Okay. Right, if you've got a little trick for you guys, if you've got a VPN, I'm going to put a little video out on this as well. The YouTube might like it. If you have a VPN, folks, set it to the USA. It doesn't matter where in the USA. Set your VPN to the USA. Close YouTube. Come back into YouTube. This is if you haven't got premium. And you will get the little box, the little, you know, if you've got premium, you can come out of YouTube and keep the little video player going. So you can go on the internet and you can do this and do that, and it'll still be playing. If you're set to the USA, YouTube give you that for free. They charge you for it in the rest of the world. Try it. Try it. Set your VPNs to USA, guys, if you've got one. And if you haven't got a VPN, why don't you have a VPN? Everyone needs a VPN, okay? Just saying. I'm not affiliated with any VPNs, but I do use Nord for me, okay? Yeah, only when I'm streaming. I'm streaming on my laptop and I've got my phone here to check the chat. If I had just my laptop down, I couldn't read the chat. I just couldn't do it. ITV might be sold off. Interesting, Stephen. I've not heard that. Very interesting. Where did you hear that? Right. Firework riots on the 5th of November in Brum. I knew nothing about that. I knew nothing. So thanks for that. I'll have a look. Birmingham is a war zone now. It's a hellhole. And I'll tell you something now. As an Aston Villa fan, I have got a Rumble, but I don't really use it, Timmy. But I have got one. Yeah, I've had it for years, donkey's years. Since it first started, actually, about 6 years ago. What I was going to say, right, before I get distracted, as an Aston Villa fan, I can categorically tell you now that down the Villa, they do not support Palestine as a whole, right? They do not support them. Now, there's a clip on this channel where the Villa fans are singing the Villa, Villa, Villa. That's one of the most cheesiest ones. Villa, Villa, Villa. It's really, really shit, right? I prefer shit on the city. But anyway, as a Villa fan, it's a muzzy area and it has been for decades. But when you're going down the Villa, I'll tell you this now, when there's thousands of us marching through the streets, going to our football game, the Muslims don't bother us. If it was just a few of us, we would be harassed and told to piss off out of their area. But when we're going down the Villa, they don't bother you. But they're portraying it on the TV as though Aston Villa is full of Muslim Villa fans. There might be one or two. There might be a couple. But I can tell you now that stadium does not belong to them. And the Villa fans have no interest in Gaza and Palestine, the majority of them, right? I can tell you that now. That is the only time I've ever felt safe walking through Aston or Nechells is when I'm going to a Villa game. And I used to work in Aston. I used to work there. The border of Aston and classed as Nechells, on the border. I used to work there. And no lie, I'm going back to the noughties now. I think it was around 2008-ish. I'll never forget, we had a car park, fence round it. A bit of a tangent, but bear with me. We had a fence round it, a big tall fence, and we used to have to lock the gates in the day because it got that bad, right? And one day, some hooligans, Muslims, threw grenades into our car park. I'm not joking. Whilst at work, and we had to be on lockdown at work, and the police had to come, and we couldn't go home until the army had come in, or whoever it is, bomb disposal, and sorted out these grenades. So apparently they hadn't pulled the plug out, but they could have. And these were attacking us, office workers, minding their own business, just doing their job. Luckily, my car was in the underground car park, which was a little separate bit. And if you got there early, you got a little spot in there. And I used to always get there early to get my car that I've still got now in that car park. Little story for you. Birmingham is a shithole, right? And it is nothing new. Now, there are little pockets that are okay, but they took over. They took Aston, Nechells, Lascelles, Handsworth. They took that decades ago. And where I'm from, Sutton Coldfield, and lived in Erdington, it's going, and it's a shame because it's my home. But what can I do? Anyway, I'll move on. But that doesn't surprise me that they didn't like the fireworks. We used to go to Pipe Hayes every single year. Pipe Hayes, bonfire and firework. They got rid of that as well. They got rid of it because there was too many stabbings. Because all the blacks from Lascelles were coming in, and they were all fighting with the whites, and they were all just gang warfare. Anyway, moving on. So this story here, what else just sent me. Now, a member of parliament has been called a dog by a rabid pro-Palestine mob. They tell the female police officer to move this dog away. Female police officer takes their side. I wonder how many of that Gaza gang took part in today's remembrance memorials. Honestly, and it's getting worse and worse and worse. I don't know where this was, but let's watch the clip. See what the audio's on. Right, here we go. this a football match or something? Is this a football game?
Why do you think I'm a dog?
Officer, can you take this dog away?
You think I'm a dog?
Take this dog away.
I haven't done anything.
Go away.
I'm a citizen of this country, and I'm free to do what I want.
Right. This is down the Villa. Yeah. Whole end. Yeah. This is the Villa, apparently. Villa fan there. I don't know who it is. I need to find out. This is what they do. They are out. This is really, really fucking winding me up now. Sorry for swearing. This is my club. Yeah. I have been a Villa fan since I was, 5? I went to my first game at 8. I was there before the whole end got demolished and rebuilt with seats. I was there standing on the last ever game. We beat Liverpool 3-1. This makes me sick. And honest to God, all the Muslims around Villa Park, they don't normally come out on match days. They normally stay out of the way. And they think it's okay to come and surround Villa fans now, minding their own business, going to their match. And they're saying that it's their city and that Israel and Jews are not allowed in their city. It is not their city. They did not build Birmingham. Birmingham was built with the Industrial Revolution. Our forefathers built, my great-great-grandparents and my grandparents and their parents worked in the workhouses in Birmingham. If you weren't if you wasn't highly educated in there over 100 years ago, you were put in the workhouses and you had to work your ass off and it was tough shit. And if you didn't do it, you were in prison. So all of this white privilege nonsense really pisses me off because I'm not from white privilege. And they built this city and they think they can come in and take our city. No, they can't. And honestly, people have had enough. This has been going on for years, but they don't normally bother anyone. But they're doing it because they know it's on the news. They're going to watch this again. So this is this is an MP. I don't know what his name is, but let's watch this again. This is down the Villa the other night.
Why do you think I'm a dog?
Officer, can you take this dog away?
You think I'm a dog?
Take this dog away.
I haven't done anything.
Go away.
I'm a citizen of this country, and I'm free to do what I want.
Are we going to have an adult conversation or are we going to move on?
No, is that my choice?
Don't entertain him.
I'm asking you a question.
Don't entertain him.
I was trying to have an adult conversation. They started calling me a dog and swearing at
I said
me.
to him, do you
I haven't done anything. I haven't done anything wrong.
I think it's best that we leave it.
What the hell? So the police officer tells this dude to do one. I'm just going to try and share it. Hold on. Where's the share button gone? I'm not used to this on my laptop. I don't use my laptop for anything other than where's the fucking share button gone? It's usually down here. I don't know. Anyway, I'll have to use it up here. I only use my laptop for streaming. That's all I use it for. You guys. All right. Yeah, so here's the link to that. It's absolutely abhorrent. This is disgusting. He looks Jewish because he's got, if you notice, his sideboards or sideburns, whatever you want to call them, they meet up with his beard. And Jewish people, they don't have a split there. So I think he's Jewish, yeah. Is he a Brummie? This is just sickening. I watched the whole thing. I've not seen that before. And they are not welcome here. Our families, they built the country. And some went, yeah, my family, I'm not ashamed that my family had to work in the workhouses. Maybe we should do a complete show on that. Because I don't think people realise that there were workhouses and that normal people either worked in there or they got put in prison, and they were young as well. There was none of this mental health stuff then. And one of my family members, it sent her insane. The stories I've been told, I'm not going to go into it now, but it was really bad. Hi, Dave. How you doing? And can you imagine, right, if there was an established nation like, I don't know, Japan, and we just went in there and just said, this is our city, Tokyo's our city. We own it. You lot piss off. What the hell? Can you imagine what would happen? There would be utter chaos. You know what I need to do, Amethyst? I need to get some little what's-its, don't I? Some little emojis and stuff and some little logos for your memberships. I'll do that. So, yeah, there you go. Now, I haven't got the full video, but Al sent me that earlier. We just find out a little bit about the MP, if I can get... right. The MP experiencing what they've enabled. Yeah, it's true. I don't know who it was. I don't know who the MP was. Anyone know his name? It's if it's a Labour MP, then it serves them right. Honestly. But a member of Parliament. But anyway, this is not about if you support Gaza or if you support you know, Palestine, Israel. It's not about that. This is our home, and Britain has welcomed many, many people from different places to here, right? And there was a lot of racism in the 60s, the 50s, the 60s when people came here. I'm not going to lie. I've seen some horrendous stories and news. Where the Villa fans getting it tight. I don't know what that means. Yeah, it's got to be Labour, isn't it? Got to be. Well, tough shit, isn't it, really? They started it. They wanted to make... But then the Conservatives did as well, so... But yeah, we've welcomed people. We brought people here. And I know some people don't agree with it, but when the Windrush generations came, you know, they were mostly welcomed. Some people were racist, and I've seen some horrendous things, right? But that we've moved on from that. And we are actually probably the most tolerant nation in the world now. And these people, hi Lottie, hi darling, claiming that you know, this place is even most black people will tell you that this place isn't racist. It has been. Obviously there has been, but as a whole now we're pretty tolerant in America. Some of the things I see from American channels and American social media, the racism there is pretty shocking. You don't get that here. We are pretty tolerant, and this is what's gone wrong. I haven't been too well, but fingers. I've not been good either. I don't talk about it here, but I'll tell you privately. But I've been not great, and I've been having to take time off streaming. But I'm always trying to keep an eye on the channels, even though if I'm not streaming, I always try and put some shorts up or something. I was going to go to the Remembrance Day parade today, actually. I never ended up going. I just didn't feel up to it. But I won't go into details. Now, what's this here? Right, Al sent me something else. I says, oh, you can do this next time for me. What's this? You can't afford you. He's my producer and he's my sound engineer. AI, how's the sound? I bet you can hear me from a different room. What's this what's this thing you've sent me anyway? Is he being... Right, hang on. He sent me this thing about the Swedish king. Let me just get this up. I've not even read it yet. I messaged to see how... Did you? I'm having some issues with Facebook Messenger. It's not letting me log in. I'll have another look at it. I tried the other day. It wouldn't let me log in. He keeps logging me into my other account because I've got two. I've got a private family one, and I've got one that I use just for blanket social media. And it won't let me swap over. I don't really use the family one. I did shut it down. I only use it like now and again to keep up with family. That's it. So I need to try and log in. But let me do that again in a bit, darling. Right, okay. So this is a story that Al sent me. Sweden's king. You should be able to read this. Let me just make it bigger. There's no video, though. I do like a video. I'm not going to lie. Slams the demands at the UN COP30 climate summit in Brazil for the West to pay more taxes. Now, you guys know my feelings on this. So the Swedish king's had enough. Who knew that they had a king? I didn't even realise. Honestly, this COP30 nonsense. Do you know that we, Britain, funded that? Was it like 30 million or 330 million to cut down rainforest in the Amazon? We cut it down. We cut out rainforests to build a road, concreted over, killed God knows how many species to go there. You could not make this shit up. Usually it's Facebook, Jenna. Usually Facebook, Instagram. No, I've not got notifications on Instagram or Twitter or Messenger, but I do check it now and again. So Facebook is usually the best place when I've not got problems. This made me sick. They took down all those rainforests. And do you know what? I'll tell you this now as well, and this is what I've been saying to Al for a while, and everything's happening what I said, and he can clarify this. I said that because the left and the right have come so close together in the middle, like them or love them, the left and the right need separating. And when reform came into the right of the Conservative Party, I said to Al, there will be an actual left now, a real left, because we think that the Labour are left. They're not actually that left. The real left wouldn't cut benefits. They wouldn't cut fuel allowance. They wouldn't fund Ukraine. They wouldn't fund Israel. The real left are your George Galloway, your Jeremy Corbyns, whether you like them or not. I'm not saying I do, as I don't. And the Green Party, that are a radical left, that are more globalist, but also far extreme left. They're coming in and they are going to wipe out the Labour Party. The Labour Party is finished and the Tories are finished. We are in a new dawn of politics in this country. And I think it's only a matter of time before the first past the post system is gone and we have the same as in the European parliaments, where there's no overall party. There's loads of little parties, some bigger ones, some smaller ones, and they all work together in a coalition. That is the best way to do it, because at least we're getting real representation and you're voting for people, not the party. I just wanted to say that. But the left, the reason why Keir Starmer's gone to this COP summit is purely because he is now terrified of what's happening, this Zach Polanski on the left. He was trying to go to the right to appease the reform voters. Now he's got the left of his party, that Lucy Powell, who's deputy Labour leader, she's very far left. She's now come in. She's reinstated Rachel Gaskill, who is the York Labour MP who lost the whip. She's back in the Labour Party now as well. Now you're going to see, because Zach Polanski is all this left-green agenda, now Keir Starmer is now going to COP. He wasn't going to go. So he's going to start doing more and more extreme left-wing things like his Ed Miliband will want. This government's going to get a lot worse before it gets a lot better. I'm telling you now, watch this space. Keir Starmer's going to veer more to the left now to try and get the Green voters back. He knows he's lost the right. He knows Reform are running away. Because if the thing is, if he doesn't get the left under control, it's going to be Reform versus the Greens at the next election. Watch this space. Thank you very much, Lottie. Sorry for boring you, but I just wanted to run down. I do follow politics. I don't just watch a bit of news and read the news. I actually follow politics, and I have done for about 30 years now. Over that. I was about 12, 11 when I started following politics. Terry Knowles Band again, how you doing? He's an absolute moron. He is an absolute vile. Big up Lottie. Lottie's joined the membership. I want to say a big thank you. Will it let me show it on the page? Oh, it won't let me. It's gone off the screen. Won't let me. Sorry, Lottie. I just got to it and it won't let me display it for some reason. It's just gone off. But Lottie has joined. Are you Conservative? I used to be a Conservative voter. Hello, lovely jubbly. I've always voted Conservative. I was never a member, but I joined Reform in January 2023 and I've still got my card to prove it. And I voted Reform at the last election. Band again is Terry Knowles. Terry Knowles Band again. He changed his name. And if you changed your name, I tend to still use the old one. Lovely Jubbly is new hobby. Alan Edge, my YouTube husband, changed his name. And I still call him that. So if you do change your name, expect me to still call you your old name. Anyway, going back to this. So the King of Sweden has now come out and sent representatives to Brazil They're seen as controversial by climate activists. And he says, you can think whatever you want, but how much are we supposed to pay? He's spot on. That is the crucial question. The king said, and slammed the politician plans for richer to earmark more funds for combating CO2 emissions than such as China. He said, and I quote, every country should be able to sign the same piece of paper. That's simply not possible. Everyone has to take their own responsibilities and do the best they can. He also criticised the fact that the EU countries, which account for 6%, that's the entirety of the EU, contribute 6% to global emissions. They're expected to pay huge sums if the new UN climate agreement is passed. Europe produces 6% of emissions and everyone still complains about that, saying it's too much. But the rest of the world is much, much worse. So he's at him there. So he sent these representatives. I think that he's spot on. He is absolutely correct. And people have had enough. Do you know that we have in the UK the most expensive most expensive electricity in the world? Not in Europe, in the world, the actual world, what we pay. And the majority of it is subsidies for this green nonsense. And there's nothing green about it. It really, really pisses me off. There is nothing green about it. Coal comes out the ground. Oil comes out the ground. They are natural substances. They are Earth's waste. Coal is the waste of the earth. Oil is the waste of the earth. You burn it. The trees absorb it. The plants absorb it. And in return, they give us oxygen. It's an ecosystem. Anybody that's ever had a fish tank will understand. If you're getting a lot of algae, if you've got too much oxygen, you add CO2 canister into the fish tank. You push in CO2 to calm down the oxygen. It balances it out. We're cutting down trees to put in these stupid solar panel farms, which are built in China. We are destroying ecosystems. It is utter nonsense. We don't get much sun here anyway. And when we do, they spray the skies to cover the sun. You could not make this shit up. And everything I'm saying is just factual. It's not a theory. This isn't an opinion. These are facts. They're all built in China, windmills made in China. If it's too windy, they turn them off. If it's not windy enough, they don't move. The amount of times we drive through the Yorkshire Wolds and into the North York Moors where there's thousands of them and they're not moving because it's too windy or it's not windy enough. It's absolute nonsense. It's messing up the whales. The whales are beaching like no one's business because it's messing with their signals in their radar. It's killing birds. Underneath them is a bird's graveyard. But China, they're pumping out majority of the world's emissions and they're getting all our business. This needs to stop. And this is why I support the tariffs, what Trump has done to China. He's doing it to try and put people off using China. And people are finally starting to move away from China. Samsung has closed down their Chinese factory. They didn't use it for much anyway, but they've actually shut it down now. And others are following suit. Are they the ones under the sea? I don't know which one you're talking about. I can't be conservative. The Tories don't like I'm disabled. The Tories don't like disabled. But neither do Labour. Neither do the current Labour. I'm disabled. But I still vote Reform. The thing is, I like to think that Reform will look after the genuine disabled. Will look after the genuine our pensioners. And if you're able bodies, you go out to work. I went out to work for years and years until I got this bad. Do you see what I mean? Like, if you are genuinely disabled physically or seriously mentally, not just depressed, because we're all depressed, come on. If you've got physical things wrong with you that they can actually test for and scan for, like I've got, and they can see it and they can, physical things, That is different kettle of fish. And I don't think reform will actually do anything to them real, genuine people. But if you're like most people on these disability benefits who can do, there's somebody on YouTube, naming no names, who's on top rate PIP, who stands there doing weights on camera, doing sit-ups, doing strength bands, star jumps, all this stuff on camera, live streaming herself, and she gets top rate PIP. Why? And she's never worked a day in her life. These are the sort of people that really piss me off and they need to go after. But I understand what you're saying about that, Dave. It's worrying. I don't think, no, you see, that is another left-wing propaganda. He's never said that. Farage has never said he's getting rid of the NHS. He was always said it'd be free at the point of contact. We need an Australian style system. The thing is, right, if you're working, you're paying so much in national insurance. I would rather pay what I was paying in national insurance, even half of it into a private insurance. You'd save money and you'd get better health care. The NHS is not fit for purpose anymore. It's not. It may have been once when there was only about 50 million people here. It says the minimum. Well, the thing is, the minimum wage has gone up through the roof now, but that's because inflation has gone up. Minimum wage would have been okay if things would have been cheaper. Inflation has gone nuts. Look how much things cost now. Look how much things cost. If you want to get a takeout, you're looking about £50 for me, for the three of us. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And this is why the minimum wage has to keep rising. But when it rises, it pushes up everything else because the employers have to cover it. Now, when Labour came in, they gave public sector workers ridiculously huge pay rises. Look at the Chagos deal. We're paying billions to give something away. So, I lost interest in the outside world years ago. I don't mind being horizontal. I'm sorry to hear that, Dave. I don't know how many conditions I've got. I couldn't count them, but I feel you, mate. I feel you. I'm in agony sat here. I'm going to have to go in a sec because I'm in too much pain. Have you had a knee replacement yet? I've been offered a new knee. You talking to me or you talking to Lee? I think Lee's got the bad knee as well. I've got a bad knee. Don't forget I have that little present for you. Ah, thank you, darling. Our pen would love a... Ah. Are you over this side yet, love? I know you were moving over, weren't you? We were going to meet up, weren't we? Reform have only said lazy gits can't keep... I agree. And I think if you've worked as well and you've put in, I'm not sure he will honour that. Look, let's just wait and see. Right? But the minimum wage when I was working was a lot lower than it is now. But I coped on it because... Well, I was just above it, but not much, because things were cheaper. You pay £10 now for 4 Bounty kitchen roll, or was it 4 or 6 Bounty? It used to be £3, and they say that inflation's only at 4%. No, it isn't. It's at about 100%. Do you know how much Gizmo's insurance has gone up? Gizmo's insurance has gone up from 77 a month to 101 a month. Did I claim last year? No, not a penny. The year before I did, when he was diagnosed with hip dysplasia, all he had was an X-ray and a day of hydrotherapy and a couple of injections. No, the injections were free. That's it. I claimed about £200 2 years ago. And they want me to pay that, which is impossible. I can't pay that. And I never claimed last year. I have never known anything like it. Insurance for a pet used to be about £25 a month at most. Everything has gone up exponentially. I should go around the supermarket and start filming stuff. Never. Yeah, honestly, Lee, my knee, I was at physio last week. Do you know, they said to me, I don't mean to go on about my health problems because it's like boring and that, but the woman said to me, my knee is that inflamed. Remember when I fell over a couple of years ago? It is that inflamed because they've diagnosed arthritis now, a type called PFJ. that is the joint between the femur and the kneecap, is it? They said that it's that inflamed still that she can't even assess it. So I've got to go back in 3 weeks. If I can't get the inflammation down, they're sending me for injections in my knee. If that doesn't work, then they're going to do keyhole surgery. If that doesn't work, they're going to have to do a full knee replacement. We'll wait and see. Natural remedies. I use mostly natural, though I do use wormer on them. It's agony. But the worst pain isn't my knee. It's in my back. But I'm at the hospital next week anyway, so I'll find out a bit more. Anyway, boring for me to talk about that. Fish and chips aren't cheap anymore. They're really, really not. Do you know, they stopped selling cod in my town. They don't sell cod. I don't live far from Whitby. Cod's too expensive for the fish and chip man, or whatever you want to call it. There's 2 chip shops. Neither of them sell cod anymore. Do you know that?
£20 just for the fish.
How much?
20 quid just for the fish.
For him to buy in?
For him to buy in.
No, he doesn't sell it anymore.
Yeah.
He stopped selling it.
That's why he stopped.
Can I have a cuppa, please? Do you know that? I will in a minute, Dave. Hold on. Just keep that up a minute and I'll tell you. Did you know that? They said, I rang them up and I said, can you put a couple of cod in for me? Not for me. I don't eat fish. I don't eat eggs. I don't eat fish. I don't eat meat. I'm not a vegan. I drink milk and that, but I don't eat anything that's been alive and it's got eyeballs, has had eyeballs. Okay. So I said, can you put a couple of cod in for the boys, you know, for Jack and Al and the dogs as well? When I go to the chip shop, we order them a piece, take all the cover off and get the chunks of cod, give them to the dogs. They love it. These dogs don't eat dog food. They eat good stuff. And they said to me, we don't sell cod anymore. And I said, how can you not sell cod? And he said, we can't afford to sell cod. It's costing us £20. Bulldozers again, Jenna. £20 per piece to buy in. So he said, by the time I've done it all, cooked it, paid for everything, I'd have to charge you £30 for a piece of cod. And I know that no one's going to pay £30 for a piece of cod, especially in Yorkshire. No offence, Yorkshire people, but you are tight as anything. Honestly, I'm not being nasty. But Brummies are probably the most generous people you'll come across. They'll give you anything. Right? Up here, they none of them buy anything at the cinema. I go to the cinema with my mate, right? I love her to bits. She's great. She won't buy anything there. She takes her own stuff. There's me buying me M&Ms or whatever. I mean, popcorn. Anyway, moving on. No offence, Yorkshire people. You know, I love you. I'm part of you now. Pick up the Yorkshire crew. I'm dual nationality, as you know. But yeah, they're really, really tight. But there's no way people round here will pay £35 for cod and chips. No way. They are tight, Terry Knowles band again, and they are. I'm sorry. I ordered a Willy enlarger off Temu. They sent me a magnifying glass. Right, okay. Glasgow Dave wants my opinion. Osteoporosis, rheumatoid, pruritus depression. Is that one word? I don't know what that is. Primary biliary cholangitis, non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, psoriasis of the liver. Dave, you are a walking disaster, mate, you know, and I feel for you. I have got a lot of conditions as well, and I will know more soon. But at the moment, I will tell you my physical diagnoses: PFJ arthritis of the knee, spinal stenosis, facet joint hypertrophy. This is all in my spine. Spinal stenosis is narrowing of the spinal canal. Broad-based disc bulge. This is all in my spine. But that was 7 or 8 years ago. We're going to get a new up-to-date one soon, so I'll let you know. And other things as well. So I feel you, mate. I feel you. I really do. Lee, have you tried the knee injections, mate? Inflammation got much worse. Oh, inflation. Oh, yeah, because they're printing money. And don't forget, Gordon Brown was printing money as well. I don't get... Well, you should do, Dave. You should do. Put in for a change of circumstance. Forgot what the words are now. Someone else did it and I helped them. Used to be a cheap meal. Yeah, so they do fish round here now. They do fish. What, a Yorkshire person? They're really tight, aren't they? They do. I forgot what it's called now, but they said it's very similar to cod. It's the most similar fish to cod, and it's not pollock. It was something else. And the boys had it, and they did enjoy it. To be fair, you can get cod if you drive out a bit further. Actually, the boys are due some cod and chips. Actually, curvature of the spine. Oh, mate, you're falling apart like me. Bassa. I don't know if it was Bassa. I can't remember what it was called. Whitby, not too far. Yeah, Whitby. There's some nice chip shops up. Beautiful. But I said I don't eat fish. I haven't eaten. I do occasionally miss it. I couldn't eat fish while sat there looking at a fish tank with my little friends in there. I don't have a fish tank anymore. I tell you what, I have got, guys. I've got jumping spiders now, and I'm besotted. I'm terrified of spiders. I am absolutely shit scared, as you know, of spiders, right? But jumping spiders are actually very, very cute. They are cute. Okay, they've got these cute little furry little faces, and they don't catch things in a web, and they're just cute. Let me just show you this quickly. I'm going off on a tangent, guys, but you know me. I have done really well, actually, I think. I've kept to the news. I've done really well. These are what they look like. This isn't mine, but this is what they look like. Just trying to find a decent picture for you of jumpers. Do you know they're the most intelligent spider as well? They're the most intelligent. They wave at you and everything. Mine wave at me. Talk to me. They don't talk, but they're dead cute. I'm going to show you a picture. No one's got a picture of one. Oh, yeah, there's one there. I'll show you this. They're so cute. I got 3 now. We've all got one. Me, Al, and Jack have all got one. This is them. They got Al and Jack's have got boys. I've got a girl, and they've got like little fangs, and they've got they've got 8 eyeballs, and they smile. Look, they're tiny. Look, we've got these now. They're so small. They wave at you. Look. They're really intelligent. They know your voice. They know your face. There you go. Is anyone scared of them? No, they're not blind. They've got the most amazing eyesight. Honestly. Anyway, that's not the news, is it? But there you go. We've got them now. Kinalpen. Good drugs there, mate. You don't think they're cute? Well, look, I'm trying to get over my phobia. We're all falling apart. We are the new disabled community on YouTube. Russia used to supply. Really interesting. Remembrance Day. Yes, Remembrance Day today. I was going to go down. Oh, well, thank you very much. I do. My little boy is frigging awesome. Oh, no, Stephen. Do you know what's causing it? Get to the doctors. Yeah, we're all falling apart. No, they're not blind. They've got amazing eyesight. That's why they catch prey with their eyeballs, not with building webs. Anywho, there's probably some quick stories, and see if there's anything else I need to talk about before we go. Gosh, there's so much going on at the moment, guys. Come on. Do we have any Neighbours fans in the house? Because I am extremely depressed about Neighbours ending again. I'm not going to lie. Donald Trump has come out and blasted the Beeb, apparently. So let's have a look at this. And then I'm going to go. Because I'm watching a film. I was just watching a film before I walked George. Right. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. So do you know that the BBC have still tried to blame GB News? They're saying that the GB News use politicians to read the news. No, they don't. They have their own news people. Let's have a look at this. And there's also been Epping as well. There was more protests at Epping. big up the Epping crew, because they said that once winter come, that they were all going to stop. It was just a summer thing. They're still out there in the freezing cold. So look at this, folks. Donald Trump slams outgoing BBC boss Tim Davies after dishonest broadcaster doctored his very good, perfect speech. I watched that so-called insurrection live with a friend of mine who I haven't spoke to in a while, but he used to stream on YouTube, called the Phoenix Enigma. Anyone know the Phoenix Enigma? I can't remember his name now. He's got a lovely wife, Alicia. I watched it on D Live when he was streaming it. And you know the guy with the what was it, the buffalo guy with the Red Indian hat thing on. Well, I can't remember. You know I'm on about, the guy that got in the most trouble. Well, he was on the phone to the Phoenix Enigma, who I can't remember his name now. Thank you very much. I was actually listening to that guy on talking during the entire so-called insurrection. And I can tell you now categorically that everything you were told was lies. They only opened the doors to the building because Antifa were dressed in patriot colours and were pushing them forward. They were attacking police officers. And they had to be forced to open the doors to get the police officers in the building to get them safe. And then they pushed them forward. And he was actually on the phone describing what was happening at the time. It was shocking. And we were all gobsmacked. And many of us didn't want Trump to go. We wanted Trump to carry on, but Trump went because he didn't want to cause any more trouble. And we wanted Trump to get more involved. And then they changed the narrative. They flipped the script and changed the whole thing. But I know what happened because I heard it with my own ears that day. But anyway, so Donald Trump's not happy, apparently. So you've all seen this. It's on my main channel, but we're going to watch it again for shits and giggles. What Panorama did. Now, do you know what make this even worse, guys? Is that they aired this Panorama 1 week before the US election, the US election last November. Was it November the 4th? I think it was. They aired this a week before. The BBC goes out around the world. There are Americans living in the UK. They should be guilty of election interference because there's voting Americans here, and BBC puts their crap out to the world. How many Americans seen this and decided to not vote Republican because of this? Now, this would have been even worse if Trump wouldn't have won. But this just goes to show how the BBC are very happy to commit election interference. Let's watch this clip.
To the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
I think my job is to serve license fee payers.
So this was March 2023. This is what Tim Davies said. Okay. We're going to watch that one more time. Now, this is what they can do now. They do it to me. They splice things up. They take real things that you say. They splice bits. They put bits in. This is not hard to do. But we're going to watch this again.
Down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell.
To the little
we're
jump
walk
then.
Down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women.
I think my job is to serve license fee payers and deliver a BBC that is really focused on world-class, impartial, landmark output.
And hers gone as well, look. Another rum gun.
We have hundreds of thousands of people here, and I just want them to be recognized by the fake news media. Turn your cameras, please, and show what's really happening out here, because these people are not going to take it any longer. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and I'll be there with you, and we fight. We fight like hell. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, and we're going to cheer on our brave senators and congressmen and women. And we're probably not going to be cheering so much for some of them. And again, most people would stand there at 9 o'clock in the evening and say, I want to thank you very much. And they go off to some other life. But I said, something's wrong here. Something's really wrong. Can't have happened. And we fight. We fight like hell. And if you don't fight like hell, you're not going to have a country anymore.
So there you go. That was an interesting report. The BBC head of news gone, the Director General gone, but then they'll just continue like before. They will just carry on like they always do. Let's pop the link into that. Actually, they will just carry on. They need to either abolish it. I understand they might need to keep the fee, but it should be voluntary. Now, a lot of people watch EastEnders, right? I have to download EastEnders. You can't watch it live, because if you watch it live, then you've got to have a license saying that. I don't need one anyway. That's what we were told. I got a letter saying it's somewhere because of where we live, because we're in like we've got the warden and everything. Before 2017, the law changed in 2017, but before that, you didn't have to pay it if you were in like what they used to call sheltered housing. It's all changed now. You get a discount now, apparently. But I've got a letter saying you don't need one anyway. I've got to try and find that. I don't pay it anyway. I wouldn't pay. I just told them I don't watch it, which I don't. But I didn't need one anyway. So this is. I'm just having a quick look at this story now, just seeing if anything else we've missed before we go. But yeah, it was Remembrance Sunday. I do worry about donating to the British Legion, because they've been known to fund some dodgy stuff. Do you know that on the British Legion website, let me just show you this before we go, if I can find it. Hold on. I was this is why I won't fund them. I would rather give money to Help for Heroes than the British Legion, because I think it's another racket. Just see if it, I know it's on Amazon. It's on the official Amazon page, but let me just see if they've got it in here. Let me just have a quick look at something, guys. Just bear with me. It's on the Amazon shop, and I found it utterly disgusting. Right, let me just see if I can find it. Oh, Villa have got one. I didn't know that. All right, just bear with me. Right, it's showing me all the football ones. I don't want all the football ones. Right. Pins and brooches. Right, I know, just bear with me. I'm just looking for something, because I was absolutely flabbergasted when I seen it. I'm not going to lie. And it was it wasn't a fake Amazon thing. It was actually LGBT Poppy. Okay, here we go. Now, this is on the actual Royal British Legion website. And this is the nonsense that they are pushing. The Villa have got a poppy thing. This is official British Legion. Look at this. Look at this, folks. Now, this is the progressive flag. I wouldn't mind if it was, look, it's the official British Poppy Royal Legion shop. Look. Have a look for yourself. I shit you not. Let's zoom in. There you go. Poppy shop, Royal British Legion. This is the official poppy shop, and they have an LG, and it isn't the pride. Now, I've got no issue with the pride flag, and I think a lot of gay people feel the same. The ones I know do anyway, and bi people and whatever. The rainbow is, I haven't got a problem with the rainbow. I have a problem with this absolute nonsense, this pride nonsense. This new one, this, do you know the flag, right? You know this flag, it won't let me show it you, hang on. You know the pride flag, the new one, the progressive pride flag. Do you know what it actually means? That circle there, people say it's the pedo, it's not. That means intersex. The circle means intersex. Intersex isn't an identity. It's not a sexuality. It's people that are born with both sex genitals. Right? Who's just put that on? I don't want that on because the new people are coming in, you see, from new people are coming in from the short, so I've left subscribers off. Oh, did he really, Alan Edge? I didn't know. I don't watch him. So this here, this circle down here is intersex. Now, intersex people are born with both sexes. I know someone that's born with it, and he decided to be boys in the end. Thank you very. Oh. It looks like we've got a rogue managing mod. Oh no, they've sorted it now. Usually I would, but thank you whoever's done that. But because this new channel, I leave it off, but I put a delay on so that people can't spam. Anyway, so yeah, the intersex thing is not an identity, it's not a gender, it's not a sexuality, it's a medical condition that you're born with, that you have no choice over. So why on earth is that in this new pride progressive flag is beyond me, right? These poor people. Now, this person was born with both, and he had his twinkle part sewed up, and he had his winky part, because he had a winky, and then he had ball bags inside him, and he had a little twinkle hole, right? I don't mean to be too rude. And they decided he was more boyish, so they pulled the Mr. Winky out and the ball bags properly and whatever, okay? And he's now a boy. He's now a man now, actually. So he's that. He's born like that. It's a medical condition. This poor lad, was born like it. That is not part of this flag. It is absolute nonsense. Then you've got the trans. Again, trans, nothing against trans people, but they should have their own thing, because gay people are attracted to the opposite sex, which is what the rainbow is, right? No problems. And you're attracted to the opposite sex. You can be attracted to both sexes, or you can be attracted to the same sex. Sorry, Mama said you're attracted to the same sex, whether it's both sexes or it's just the same sex. Trans people want to become the opposite sex, so that when they do go with somebody, so like if a man wants to be a woman but still wants to be with a man, it's basically a gay man, right? Nothing wrong with that. That doesn't belong on the rainbow flag either. And then we've got the black and the brown stripes. That is for Black Lives Matter. Why is Black Lives Matter got to do with the pride flag? It is utter nonsense. The original rainbow flag has been hijacked by the far left. Got no problem with the original rainbow flag. And you'll see many of these parades, they will have the original rainbow flag. They will not fly this nonsense. But the Royal Legion will not have a poppy with the original rainbow flag. So you have to have this stupid nonsense. Now, my prediction, let's wait, My prediction is either next year or the year after, they're going to change this and they're going to try and put the Palestine flag in there. That's my prediction. Bet you. Queers for Palestine. I didn't know he'd covered that. But anyway, so there you go. Now, I have not bought a poppy this year, and I refuse to give my money to this because it's nonsense. Whether you're gay, straight, black, white, pink, yellow, brown, green, blue, it doesn't matter. You buy a poppy, you just buy a poppy. Just buy a poppy. Just buy a poppy. It's red. It comes from the poppy field, and it means something. It has a meaning. None of this nonsense is anything to do with the First, Second World War. Nothing at all whatsoever. Utter nonsense. Anyway, I wanted to just point that out because it pissed me off. Let's try and lead on something lighter. I'm going to struggle to find something lighter in this fucking world, I'm telling you now. Apparently, BBC staff are euphoric after Davies' exit, as they claim he pandered to talent. Well, that doesn't surprise me, because just look at Gary Lineker. I'm just having a quick look if I can see something that's not so depressing. But, don't know, we're going to struggle, aren't we? Just bear with me a minute. Let's have a quick gander around. I'm sure I did put some bits to one side, actually, a while ago. I'll try and find it now, though. Should have got it ready, really. Anywho, can't find it. Right. So that's your news roundup. There's probably loads more that I've missed because there's so much bizarreness going on. But there you go. There's my news roundup. I've been going for a lot longer than I planned. I ran out of teaspoons, so I had to make a couple with a tablespoon. I bet did you fill your sugar up with a tablespoon of sugar? 4,000 homeless vets in the UK. Exactly, Terry Knowles band again. This is why I won't buy a poppy. I haven't done for a couple of years now. I haven't bought a poppy either. The org is now woke as hell. It really, really is. And this is why the whole institution needs to be changed. The whole thing. Intersex people have either eggs or sperm, even if they have both bits. Do they? Interesting. Straight white bloke, the most attacked group on earth. Yeah, middle-aged as well. But they're saying that any. I haven't bought a poppy. I've read that one. I've read that one. Lady Colin Campbell not she one. What was she? Ofcom woke as hell. So anyway, we've had a nice little group in here. It is a clown world. I don't think people have actually come over from the shorts yet. And I'll tell you something now, the community posts, they're getting a lot of subscribers. So hopefully they'll start to come out. Al said to me, you got to keep it regular. And I think he's right. So we'll keep it to Sundays. I might start doing I might start streaming Prime Minister's questions as well on a Wednesday. It's just more difficult in the day. RB sitting on 900. I don't know what you mean. Oh, the Royal British Legion are, yeah. Both bits don't work. Well, I can only go by a family member of mine who wasn't blood relative, but family member. Oh my God, the hedgehog's here. Hold on. Hello. Oh, I thought there might have been what you call it, what's the word? Hibernating. They might have started to go in early, but no, they're not. Yeah, the hedgehogs are here. I'm over the moon. They're doing really well. Fantastic. Still got lots of blue tits, great tits, coal tits, goldfinch, even the odd green finch coming into the back garden as well. Yeah, Sundays gives us time to like round up the week, and then anything happens over the weekend. So if we keep sticking to this time, maybe more and more people will come in. It has, and it's going to take a lot to get it down, you know, to get it gone. But common sense will prevail, I reckon, anyway. Right, then, thanks everyone. Please hit the like if you haven't already. It does help the little algorithm. If you don't like the content, then feel free to dislike. And, you know, I don't want you watching something that you don't like, because who wants to do that? And yeah, 21 likes. Thank you, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. And yeah, the news will always be a little bit different with me, because I do like to tangent and give my opinion. Yeah, Sundays, 8 o'clock. I was a couple of minutes late tonight, but that's got to walk G-Dog. All right, guys, you take care. Have a lovely, well, evening's over now. Good week next week. I'll try and do some bits on Penny Bunny. I've still not done the video of when I went to Sewerby Hall, the gardens with free speech. I need to put that together and upload that video. I hope you enjoyed the fireworks from the other day. I hope you're enjoying the shorts that I'm putting up. There is bits to do on the Curious Bunny as well, which I just struggle to find the time to do all the channels, you know. Thank you to our new channel members, Amethyst and Lottie, and anybody else wants to join, you can. It's 99p, so it just hit the super chat button. All right, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you soon. Ta-ta. Bye.